My neighbor thought I was not home and tried to use my yard for their family egg hunt after repeatedly saying no, so I made him find all the eggs he spread in my yard. Since Wednesday, my neighbor has asked if he could hide eggs in my yard as part of an Easter egg hunt they want to do for the kids coming to their barbecue. Our yards are right next to each other, with only the pavement dividing them and no fence, which I'm thinking about setting up after what happened. He asked 3 times, and each time, I said no because I didn't like the idea of a bunch of little kids I didn't know coming into my yard. Besides, he wanted to hide most of them in my garden, and I wouldn't trust a 6-year-old not to step on my flowers or knock over a pot. He's been mad since I repeatedly said no and explained why. Their yards were just as big as mine, so I didn't see why they needed my space. 2. Yesterday, I had some car trouble, so I took it to my friend who's a mechanic, not getting it back until Tuesday. So, I guess because my car wasn't in my driveway, they assumed I wasn't home. In the morning, I'm doing work in my basement, and I hear footsteps nearby. Checked my hidden security camera, and I saw my neighbor walking back to his house from my yard. Right away, I went outside to confront him, but he looked panicked. Honestly, I have no idea why the hell he thought it was a good idea to do that. Like, even if I wasn't home at the time, what made him think I wouldn't get there said when kids were in my freaking yard? I just was so pissed off. He told me to please let them do this since the eggs were already spread out, and his family was going to be home soon. At that moment, I was seriously mad, so I told him either to take all the eggs back or to throw them out myself. Then he got mad and was calling me poop under his breath, but he picked them up and left. I'm going out to check my yard to make sure he got all of them, and his wife is giving me a dirty look, too, while he was talking to her. They had their little party and Easter egg hunt in their one yard. I was out there just now watering my plants, and they were cleaning up. My neighbor was still mad at me. He told me he hoped I'd be happy with what I did. Right now that I'm calmer and not mad at him anymore, I'm kinda wondering if I was in his hole for making him pick his poop up and not letting them use my yard. Honestly, I was ticked off at the moment that he went into my yard after telling him no, so I'm not sure.